Hi guys, it's Carol from Cape Cod Cottage Garden, and later on today we're going to be getting some rain, so I thought it'd be a great time to harvest my onions. Come into my garden and we'll do it together. So I'm pretty pleased with my garden this year. There are some bare spots, but that's because I already harvested a bunch of stuff. But let's take a look at the onion bed. You'll see what I mean. So here's my onion bed. As you can see, most of the onions, greens, are lying flat. So they're ready to go. And I've got some really good size onions. Look at this. I'll try to link my prior videos of when I did the onions because I did a little experiment this year and I feel like I'm repeating myself. But in case you didn't see those videos, on the front part of the bed, I did all the onions that were started in pottings mix. And in the back, the onions that were started in seed starting mix. So no nutrients in the soil. And there really is a huge difference. These are all the same type of onions. These are Walla Walla onions, excuse me. These are Walla Walla onions. These ones were started, I use my hand for comparison. These ones were started in potting mix. And these ones were started in just a soilless seed starting mix. Look at the difference. So I guess from now on we have our answer. Start in potting mix. Everything else was the same. So let's get pulling these onions. They smell so good. So it's a little bit of a tight squeeze here because I'm getting gobbled up by my Love Lies Bleeding Emrin. It's a monster this year and I'm just letting it grow the way it wants to grow, and it happens to be growing right in my aisle, but look how beautiful it is. Anyways, a couple of things about onions is you do want to let them dry out for about 3 days before you pull them. It just aids in the drying out process and the curing process. If you don't start with really wet onions, they'll cure a lot faster. So I shut off all the drip to this about 3 days ago, and it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I really want to get these out of the ground, at least the ones that are ready. And I don't know what happened. I swear I weeded this bed like less than a week ago, and I have these giant weeds in here. What the heck? This came out of nowhere. Get rid of that. So I'm going to start pulling the onions. The first ones are the Walla Wallas. I'm not going to pull every single one with you, but I'll show you. Let me take you in a little closer so I can show you what it looks like when they're ready to be pulled. Okay, so here's a good example. See how the stem of this onion is completely folded over? This onion is no longer going to bulb up. That's as big as it's going to get because all the nutrients coming from here are not making it down to the onion. So as long as the stem is flopped over like that, they're ready. Let me see if I can find you one that's not ready. Look at these weeds. Jeez, where did these come from? Sometimes it's hard to differentiate with these grassy weeds, what's an onion and what's a weed. So I must have missed these. Goodness. These are shallots that I'm going to pull today too. Guys, I'm sorry. I think most of my onions are ready. So I don't have any to show you. These are just weeds. Nope. They're all ready, guys. Sorry, I missed it. But what would happen was these would still be upright like this, and then you would let it go. Let it keep growing. So let's pull these. I know this is an awkward view, but I want you to see what I'm doing. And these smell so good. Let's pull this big bad boy out. Yeah, look at that beautiful onion. Gorgeous. Now I know most people want like the most giant onions they can get. I really actually like when they have different sizes, like this is like a smaller medium one. Because you know, when you're cooking, you don't always need a large onion, and I try not to waste. So these are just round and beautiful. I'm so pleased. I think I planted 250 onions this year. Well, not just onions, some shallots. I did red onions. Be interesting to see what did the best. But I have to say, these Walla Wallas are absolutely gorgeous. I will grow these again. I love them. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. After I pick these, I will show you my drying process. It's really quite simple. Anyone can do it. These are gorgeous. Don't worry about getting all the dirt off. Wait till they dry out because you want to peel all the skin. So I'm going to speed it up now, but I'll bring you along. Okay guys, those were the ones that were planted in Pro Mix. And you saw how big they are. Let me pull some ones that are planted in just the seed starting mix. And you can see, they're still good size, but they are all substantially smaller. And I just picked these at random. I didn't try to pick the smallest ones or anything, because there's some good sized ones in there, but not as big as using the planting mix. So guys, these are the Utah yellows. They're a little smaller than the Walla Wallas, but still a beautiful onion. Okay guys, next I'm gonna pull some shallots. I never grew shallots before, but I love cooking with shallots, so let's pull them. They're pretty good size. Aren't those pretty? Gorgeous. Most of them are about this size, but there's some that are this size, smaller. Oh, so nice. Guys, and again, the same thing. These are the ones that were grown in potting mix. Let me pull some that were grown in seed starting mix. These is really different. The ones here in the back, they were all treated the same. They all got the same food. They all got the same, once I planted them, they all got the same water. Let's look at the difference, guys. These ones, potting mix. These ones, seed starting mix. There is a huge difference. Guys, start your onions in potting mix. I didn't think it would be this great. I noticed when I was planting them that these ones, the greenery was smaller, but I thought they would catch up, but they didn't. Look at that. Crazy. Wow. I love when I learn something new like this and I can share it with you guys. Oh, shoot. I accidentally pulled a carrot, but it's getting really eaten. Look at, there's some kind of bug all over it. What the heck? There's holes all over it. Can you see? I accidentally pulled a carrot. Can you see? It's like, ew, gross. What is eating my carrots? It's not a healthy carrot. Oh, look at it. It's infested with bugs. Yucky. And last but not least, the red Weathersfield. Potting mix and seed starting mix. Sorry guys, it's hard to get a good camera angle in this tight space. I would have to say that these didn't do great. They're all kind of small. I think they're supposed to be smaller in general. I mean, these are decent size, but kind of small. And not a lot of productivity. Like, I think I prefer the red onions that I grew last year, which were Rosa di Milano. Here's the red Weathersfield. I don't know if that's me error or it's just the plant. This is a giant carrot that went to seed from last year. Get rid of that. Look at it. It's got all, I should have saved it for the seeds. I was saving it because I thought the flower was pretty. And it smells really good, guys. See the flower? But it's gotta go now. I'm probably gonna plant something else in this bed now. Oh, these are pathetic. Tiny little onions. A little different. At least the ones with the potting mix were a little bigger. So let's see if it holds true. Let's look in the back where the seed starting mix was. See how small these ones are. Yeah, pretty pathetic. They're all like the size of almost like radishes. Yeah, not so great. So let me pull the rest of these and then I'll show you the total yield. I don't know if this will pick up on the camera, but there is some kind of ant invasion. I don't know if you can see that. It's crazy, there's thousands of ants. I don't know what that's from. If anybody knows, let me know. Must be a nest under there. Gross. They were eating the carrot, I know that. Okay guys, all that's left in that bed is a few carrots. I have more carrots in other parts of my garden. Let's take a look at what else I have growing. I think there's some green beans that are ready to harvest. Let's take a look. I planted these way too densely. There's regular string beans, green beans in here, and there's also dragon tongues. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a green bean right there. There's a green bean right there. It's time to harvest some of these. Oh yeah, look at them all. Gorgeous. I showed you my Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. Just give you a little quick walk around. I want to harvest this celery before it goes to flower. But look at my celery. It looks pretty good, right? I have 3 plants. I have tons of these little spoon tomatoes that self-seeded. These is little tiny. I got these as a free seed last year, and I didn't plant them again this year, but they grew. They're kind of good. You can put them in a salad. I'll eat one now. My pumpkin back there is doing great. It's a Jackby little pumpkin. But this is an Italian eggplant. Look how pretty it is. It's called Rosa Bianca. Can you see it? The lighting's not good, but it's gorgeous. And the other purple things I have, which are really nice, I have these violet sparkle peppers. Aren't they cool? Can you see them? This lighting is terrible. There we go. That's a little better. Lovely, lovely pepper. Ooh, some ground cherries are ready to eat. Let's pull them. Ooh, that one's a little green. I'm gonna pass on it. Let's see. Okay, this one looks good. This one I actually didn't plant. It's self-seeded. And you can see why. See all the ground cherries on the ground? Back there I have a butternut squash. I have more butternut squash here. And another one, some more that are further along, but they're in the back. My tomatoes are coming along nicely. Oh, here's a paste that can be picked. Look at all the tomatoes. These are the Italian fluted ones. Not quite ready yet. Oh, and everybody's favorite, sun gold. Look at that. Some mint. Oh, look at these tomatoes. They're almost ready. I can pick some of those. I recently picked one of the tie-dye Berkeley, pink tie-dye Berkeley tomatoes, like this one here, which isn't ready yet. Oh my goodness. One of the best tomatoes I've ever had in my life. Loved it. I have some jalapenos that are getting close. This one could probably be picked. That one's a little stubby still. My Brussels sprouts got damaged when I ignored my garden for the month of June while the wedding was going on. So they look pretty sad. This one's starting to produce some sprouts. You can see them right there, and right there, right there, right there, all the way down, but not fantastic. My potatoes are almost ready to come out. Yeah, but look at this sunflower. I think this is a teddy bear sunflower. That's self-seeded. I did not plant that. These potatoes are ready to be harvested. Let's show me your cucumbers, and then I think we're gonna call it a day, folks. Cucumbers are starting. Look at this fatty. I don't know why it's so fat like that. The lighting's terrible, guys, sorry. And I got a bunch coming. These I put in really late. So, but they're everywhere, they're starting. It's too bad I got them in so late. Couple of flowers that is coming back into bloom. This is James Galway, David Austin Rose. It's a small bloom, but this is the second flush. It'll come out bigger. There's another one here. Look how gorgeous that is. The lighting's not great. Every time I show a gorgeous flower, I whisper. It's like reverence or something. I don't know. Look how beautiful that is. See, I just did it again. I can't even help myself. I'm crazy. Some dahlias. These are the Bee Choice. Bee's Choice was from Floret Farm. I just got the seeds, and they're all different dahlias. So this is one of them. Some straw flowers coming beautiful. This aster I just love. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's a very different aster. Love it though. This one's just about to bloom. Let me see what else I can show you real quick. Oh, this is Generous Gardener. It's starting another flush. There's none really open yet, but You can see, oh my God, if you could smell this. Lovely. I have been deadheading the scabiosa regularly, but I missed yesterday, and this happened yesterday. But this is a great perennial. Here's a regular, I think this is just a China aster. It's different than the other one, but still very pretty. Love it. These are some ball dahlias. Franz Kafka. Oh, and I have one molina just starting to bloom. This is one of the dinner plates. It's just starting to open. It's got a bunch of buds on it though. And here's mostly my zinnias. These are the zinnias I got from Florette. I love them. Gorgeous. Why is it focusing? It's hard to tell because it's such bright sunshine out here today that I can't get a good grip on my camera. Look at this. Oh, sorry. Can you see how gorgeous? Look at all the petals on that flower. See if I can get it to focus. I don't know why it's not focusing, guys. I have this issue. But these are all zinnias. This is a really pretty one, but it has big long petals off the back, but it's going by. Some really pretty straw flowers. More straw flowers. More straw flowers. Doing well. And I love this view. Through these flowers to my potting shed. Let me go show you the lilies over there. This is what I always do. I get carried away, but the lilies are in full bloom. You got to see them. So the summer beauty alliums are in full bloom. And just look at all the pollinators. Look at those bees. There's literally, oh my gosh, I can't even count. Can you see it in the camera? There's probably 40 bees or other pollinators on this plant, on this one summer beauty allium, a must plant. How pretty is that? So that's, oh, look at. This is my drift roses starting to reflush. These are starting to fade. This is my lace cap hydrangea, but look at the lilies. Hello, beautiful. Look at them. Oh, God, I love it. Let me just give you a couple more peeks, and I promise I'm going to say goodbye. I'm really liking this gomphrena that I planted from seed. It's all different colors. There's some soft pink, there's some hot purple, and then there's this fiery color. Right here, right here. It's just starting to flush up. There's a pretty daylily. That's entrapment daylily. Tres Amigo cornflower back there. Some more asters looking really pretty back there. And look at this one, covered in bees. Oh guys, look at what just bloomed. This is a blue disc African daisy. It's not all the way open yet. Look at that color. People said they had a really hard time growing these, and I started probably at least 1/6 back with seeds, and I think this might be the only plant I got, but I'm happy with it. So pretty. There's a lot of buds on it too. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if you can truly capture. It's like blue in the middle, purple around the ring, and then the white, kind of a white lavenderish, that's a word, flower. Lovely. Love it. Just to prove my point, this is another summer beauty. Look at all the bees and all the flies and all the happy little things all over it. Hope my camera's picking it up. I don't know if it is. And back there, those bargain limelights are starting to, oh, hello friend. Hello friend. A little goldfinch just came down to see me. Those limelights are starting to bloom out. My agastache, my hydrangea, my hardy geranium, and a coneflower back there, looking great. I promise one more thing. I just have to show you one more thing. And it's in my secret garden. Besides these beautiful cosmos and this beautiful coneflower. Ooh, this is just about to open. Do you guys know what this is? Cherry Chocolatea hibiscus, the giant dinner plate hibiscus flowers. But that's not what I wanted to show you. what I wanted to show you was this. This is my sea holly. Look at the vibrant purple on these stems. I hope it's picking it up. I grew this from seed 2 years ago. This is the first time it's flowering. And at first, the seed heads are purple, but then the stems turn this bright, vibrant blue-purple color. I love it. And usually, well, when this was in flower, it was covered in pollinators. Maybe they don't like it once it goes to seed, but because there's not any pollinators on it now, but it was covered earlier in the season. Pretty. So this is what I rigged, and Mr. Hubby helped me rig this little area to dry out my onions, because I usually use the table, like you can look at my old onion video, but Mr. Hubby sits there and he didn't want me to use it. So we just took the glass out of our little coffee table. I put a trellis, it's one of these trellises underneath for support, and then I just put some green fencing over. And now I'm gonna weave everything through, and I'll show you at the end. Okay guys, here's my onions all laid out. By my estimation, the Utah yellow onion gave me the most yield, but a little medium size onions, medium to small size onions. The Walla Walla gave me the biggest, a little less yield, but the biggest onions. Large onions. Look at that, huge. The shallots were amazing. I have different sizes, some this size, and some smaller ones like this. Those I'm very pleased with. I didn't plant that many shallots. My red Weathersfield, I think this is my biggest one. So they're all really small. Some of them were rotten, like this one's a little soft. I might have to get rid of that one. But you can see there's a lot of them, but they're tiny. So I don't know if I'm gonna grow those again. I'm gonna go back to Rosa di Milano. So I'm gonna have this outside until the rain starts to look threatening, and then I'll move it somewhere, which might be impossible. And I'm gonna let them dry out for at least a week. And when all the greenery turns turns brown, you can just go ahead and clip it about a little bit above here. And at that time, if you want, you can take the roots off too. And then store it in a cool, dry place. I store mine in my basement last year, and I was using onions all the way until about March. So I have 160 onions here approximately. I tried to count the best I could. So I'm pretty happy with the harvest. It smells so good. So guys, I'm really hot and sweaty, and it's time to go in and get myself a cold drink. I hope you enjoyed my onion harvest, and I'm sorry if I got carried away showing some flowers. I just can't resist. It changes every day, and flowers make me happy. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, I would love it if you would subscribe, leave a comment, any questions. I love to interact with the viewers. So until next time, get out there and grow. Bye-bye.